The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
But anyway, man, I want to get into something. I want to revisit something real quick. Bear with me. I gotta revisit this Willie D situation. Now, the other day, I gave my opinion on a video Willie D posted about black folks criticizing other black folks in public. I logically presented my argument and gave factual evidence on why my particular concerns were valid. And niggas did what niggas do best. They deflected and made excuses for this guy. Now, for contextual purposes, let me show you a short clip of the video just to get niggas that's not up to speed so you can understand what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna show you a short clip of some of the video I did on Willie D the other day, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's get to it. All right, here we go. One more time.
Love to point out the bad in the black community. Y'all think y'all smarter than everybody else. Y'all think y'all better with your condescending talk about how black folks are the only ones that do this. Black folks don't stick together. Man, that's why I don't mess with. Y'all think y'all are actually an asset to the community. You motherfuckers are a detriment because your words have power.
And I quote, "Niggas ain't good for shit but eating barbecue and holding other niggas back, that's all we do. Niggas annoy me like flies. If it was up to me, I'd burn a gang of you hoes alive." Willie D. You can't make this shit up. So that was the video, or some of the video I did on Willie D. That was just really pretty much everything in a nutshell. It was like a 10-minute video. Well, actually, it was out of a live stream I did, but I cut that 10-minute portion and reposted it. And basically, the gist of the video was that Willie D was basically saying that niggas shouldn't be out here publicly criticizing the community because it doesn't do us any good. And my argument is that we should criticize the community because there are so many people who are telling us what we want to hear and sugarcoating the situation that niggas need to start telling the truth, because I think at this point in the game, the black community actually believes its own bullshit, which definitely needs to come to a stop. Now, the part that I want to address tonight are the niggas that was in the comments. I want to address you niggas in the comments. So before I pull up the comments, I gotta let y'all niggas know this.
Now I done told your ass, if you want something slow and green, you better get you a turtle, ho.
You niggas better get a turtle, cause I'm not slow and green. And shout out to them niggas in Detroit. That was a great movie. What was it called? If I Can't. Check that shit out on Tubi. Great movie. That's where I got the clip from. But let's get to it. Now, clearly, this nigga Willie D is a hypocrite. And niggas was in their feelings big time in the comment section. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna read some of the comments and then I'll get into my thoughts about this after that. Let's get it. All right, let's go. All right, so let's get into these comments, man, just to see what a couple of these people had to say. One guy says, "People change perspectives as they gain knowledge. Malcolm Little wasn't always Malcolm X." Another guy says, "Here we go again. When a black man shines and be successful, especially on YouTube, it's always another black man trying to bring him down. Willie D is not a hypocrite. That man speaks nothing but truth. Is that right? We'll get to that later. And as humble as he can be, I am a black man born and raised in New Jersey, 46 years old, and grew up in the hood. And Willie D being all the way from Texas, I still put him in my top 5. Oh, that's a whole nother conversation, my nigga. How you got Willie D in your top 5? That's not even possible, but all right. He is a lyricist.
Blood clot.
But he is a lyricist. But anyway, Willie D is needed always. Have the good word of the day for me. Stop hating and grow up. Keep doing your thing, Willie D. You have support all from the New Brunswick, New Jersey. Out of all the good Willie D said, this nigga this is the longest run-on sentence I've ever read in my life. That's why I can't take half these niggas seriously. He can't even write. He can't even write. But I'm gonna keep reading this shit. I'm gonna keep trying to read it. Out of all the good Willie D says, it will take another black man to critique and try to find something negative to say. I bet if he only had 2,000 subscribers, you had not said anything because he would be as broke as you. But since he has 850,000 and you know he's getting a nice check, you want to hate. Willie D, I'm rooting for you to get that 1 million plaque. Fuck them haters. This guy's a complete idiot. This guy's a complete idiot. First of all, I knew who Willie D was before he had a YouTube page. So, I mean, your comment is completely irrelevant. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know how many subscribers he has, and I don't even care. The bottom line is he made a statement that directly conflicts with a very popular song that's in his catalog. That's why I made the comparison. But let's keep going. When you learn better, you do better. People are allowed to change as information and life experiences evolve. Okay. Here's one guy that agreed with me. He says, you talking real shit. I hope you're not let down if you get low views. You're speaking facts. They don't like facts. Bet. Shout out to Simon the Black Sheep 311. He's correct. And another guy says, who agrees with me, no one should be mad at you. You're saying what needs to be said. I know. Here's another guy. Man, go ahead with the nonsense. Willie D is a stand-up man. Another guy says, his bars from that song still stand out. Nothing to do with what I said. It says, Malcolm said, if you have no critics, you mostly have no success. Keep hating on that man or more people will be watching. Facts. Then it says, it's called growing up. Forget his past. Music. He grown as no more talk. Okay. All right. So I'm going to cut that off because it's clear a lot of these niggas can't read or write. And I don't want to embarrass black men in that regard. So I'm just going to address this. Right? I'm going to address you niggas. But first I got to say this.
Now I told your ass, if you want something slow and green, you better get you a turtle, ho.
That's right. I'm not slow and green. So let's get it. So I had a great time laughing at these comments because they prove what I've been preaching for a long time. And that's that black folks are addicted. Black folks are addicted to celebrity worship. And it's either he's allowed to grow. He was in his 20s when he made that. Or, Tripp, you're a hater. Stop using Willie D for clout. Or my personal favorite, he's a stand-up guy. My other personal favorite, he's been fighting for blacks for a while. So clearly none of you people really know Willie D. Or really know what he really stands for. Because if you really know, you would know that all that shit he be talking on a daily basis is cap. That's what niggas do when they down and out. When niggas are down and out and all their scams and schemes stop working, they go to the black community and scam the black community, because we're the easiest scammable community in America, possibly even in the world. See, none of these niggas who disagreed with that video I made were able to even put out a logical rebuttal to anything I said. As far as him being young when he made that song, that's bullshit. That's complete bullshit. He should either denounce his old music or take it off the market, because there's no way in hell you can sit up here and preach to black folks that they should be doing one thing when you spent decades making money off a whole entire different message. This is Willie D we talking about here. Willie scamming ass D. Oh yeah. This nigga's a whole scammer out here in these streets, and y'all follow this nigga blindly. But you call me a hater when I point out the scams. I show you what he's saying today versus what he said in his music, which he never denounced or he never canceled. But I'm the hater. See, Willie D is the same guy who caught felony fraud charges at 42 years old. So the whole bullshit about Willie D being young and in his 20s when he said what he said, that's bullshit. Willie D was a 42-year-old man out here in these streets, still scamming niggas, getting locked up for felonies. For felonies. 42 years motherfucking old. Scamming innocent people. Scamming innocent people out of chump change for iPhones that he never provided. But I know you don't believe me. We're gonna get to the evidence though. Let's get to the evidence. And I didn't want to have to do this to Willie D. And it's not like this video go that viral. So whatever. I'm just speaking to all these niggas that was in my comment section calling me crazy when I pointed out this nigga's bull. This is for you niggas. So let's go. Let's go. Let's get to the first article about Willie D's scamming ass ways. Here we go. It's right here. Rapper Willie D pleads guilty in wire fraud scam. William James Dennis, aka Willie D, has pleaded guilty to wire fraud charges stemming from his proposed sales of Apple iPhones through a company known as Texas One Wireless. United States Attorney Tim Johnson and FBI Special Agent in Charge Richard C. Powers announced today. That is articles from December 18th, 2009. FYI. But Willie D was 42 years old. Numerous foreign individuals placed orders with Dennis for iPhones and other electronics. Dennis required payment to be electronically transferred to his bank account. Once the transaction was confirmed, Dennis would send tracking numbers for packages that were never shipped. When the buyers complained about not receiving their purchases, Willie D would complain he had filed a complaint with the postal service or hired a carrier and that he could not refund their money until he knew where his goods were. Eventually, Dennis would cease communication with the victimized parties. 29 individuals were defrauded of approximately $132,000 between September 2008 and April 2009. This is y'all nigga that's a stand-up man in the community. This is y'all man. Okay. Dennis, Willie D, was arrested by FBI agents on May 13th, 2009 as he returned from a trip overseas and was indicted on June 9th, 2009. Dennis faces up to 20 years imprisonment to be followed up to a 5-year term of supervised release and a maximum fine of $250,000 for wire fraud conviction. As part of his agreement with the United States, Dennis will make full restitution at or before sentencing. Judge Miller has set sentencing for April 23rd, 2010 at 10 a.m. So basically, Willie D pleaded guilty. Now, he didn't do 20 years. He did about a year and a day in prison because he copped a plea and he said he was guilty. Right? So let's get to the next article, because not only did he admit to being guilty, let's show you what he actually had to say about being convicted. This was his excuse for why he did what he did. Let's get to it. Let me fix this goddamn screen. All right. So here's the article here about why he did what he did. Willie D, formerly of the hip-hop group The Ghetto Boys, was sentenced to a year and a day in prison due to wire fraud charges against the rapper. Yada, yada, yada. Let's go down. All right. Update. Last week, Willie D spoke to Fox 26 in Houston, meeting the local network in a studio where Willie D was recording material to release before his early December incarceration. The Ghetto Boys legend explained his motives in the crime. This is what he said. Somebody did me wrong. Somebody stole my phones, and so I did the same thing to somebody else, said the MC, who's also known for his brief tenure in the 1990s as a professional boxer. I didn't necessarily steal their phones. I just didn't ship them. I took the money and didn't ship their orders. That's what happened, and I felt justified in doing it at the time. Of course, now I realize I was wrong.
Blood clot.
This is a stand-up guy that you niggas are talking about? This is the stand-up guy. This is a stand-up Willie D that you niggas are talking about. Let's read this again. Let's read this again. Somebody did me wrong. Somebody stole my phones. So I did the same thing to somebody else, said the MC, who's also known for his brief tenure in the 90s as a professional boxer. I didn't necessarily steal their phones. I just didn't ship them. I took the money and didn't ship their orders. That's what happened, and I felt justified in doing it at the time. Of course, now I realize I was wrong. Wow. So why not just ship their orders? Or why not just give them a refund? Why did you have to steal their money? And he was a 42-year-old man at the time he did this. So there we have it. It's no saving most of this community. Niggas are convinced that there is no other way to operate in life without playing the goddamn victim. I can't wait. I seriously can't wait to read the comments after this post. Next thing you know, niggas will be blaming the feds, talking about, they just trying to keep a black man down.
Blood clot.
Meanwhile, they just doing their jobs because niggas are reporting this nigga for stealing. But y'all turn all this shit into a black man, keeping a black man down. That's what they told me. I'm keeping a black man down. I'm hating on another black brother. No, I'm not. I didn't rob anybody. I didn't scam anybody. He did. He's the one telling black people not to hold themselves accountable. Well, he's one of the people responsible for the mentality of unaccountability that we have today. So miss me with that shit. I'm hating. I don't give a about what Willie D doing, how many followers he got, or none of that. Willie D is a semi-prominent voice in the black community, and I think he needs to be held accountable for the he says out of his mouth. Period. That don't make me no hater. That makes me a realist.